today.
The following is a presentation of TFNN. The TFNN Bull Bear Trading Hour. Every trading day, live at 10 a.m. Eastern. Call now, toll free at 877-927-6648 or internationally at 727-873-7618. The TFNN Bull Bear Trading Hour. Now, Tom and Tommy O'Brien.
Welcome, folks. Appreciate you growling and prowling with us out here. We have the Dow Industrials up 140, NASDAQ up 83, S&P's up 23. Gold contract up 16.60, trading 19.32 an ounce. You got silver up 38 cents, $25.35 an ounce. Light sweet crude down 69 cents, $41.03 a barrel. Story out here today, folks, notes and bonds, man. Bottom line, they both broke out their lows. 10-year down 6 ticks, 138.16. The 30-year down 14 at 173.02. And both of those levels, folks, the bottom line is the next level down is quite a way downtown. The 10-year, you're talking about a 132, and we're at 138. The 30-year, you're at 167 or 173. So bottom line, these rates are going the opposite way of, I suspect, most people think. King dollar also broke down. That's down 479 ticks, trading 92.588. The euro is at 118. The yen is at 104.49, and the British pound is at 131 to 1 U.S. dollar. Tom O'Brien, what's going on?
What happened to the idea of free money, man? 0%. Don't tell me we're going to get to 1% yields.
You know what? This is going to be the most deviant move in a long time, man. There's no doubt. It's been pounding on it. It broke it through. No two ways about it. Let's get over to our man, Mr. Kevin Hinks at TD Ameritrade. Think or Swim as we do every Tuesday, Wednesday, and Thursday. And don't forget, folks, every trading day right here, 11 to 12 Eastern Standard Time. You want to understand the option market, option strategies, futures, outstanding program. Kevin sets up trades every trading day. It doesn't matter whether you're a bear, you're a bull. Once you understand strategies, and guess what, folks? You should go to bed every night and have a big sign over your bed, DK. Kevin Hinks, what's going on?
Good morning, Tom. Good morning, Tommy. You know, this is a market, I believe, waiting for an answer. Right? Are we getting a stimulus? Are we not getting a stimulus? And, you know, I think a VIX that sits above 28.5 as we sit here right now is telling you that the next couple of weeks are going to be a little bumpy. One way or another, it's going to be a little bumpy, guys.
Yeah. I'm telling you, Kevin, yesterday I really felt that, I think I mentioned to you in the morning, this market really wants to be fed. This is the first time, I think, in my lifetime that it really wants to be fed. It's hungry, man. And guess what? It needs that stimulus money. I mean, it seems like it's right. That cut and dried. It's like, hey, man, I'm willing to go up, but, I need some juice behind me, man,
Sure.
Right.
Pretty
right.
wild.
I mean, and I'm one of those that believe that this next stimulus package should really be targeted, right?
Yes.
Small business, airlines and hotels and all those things affected by the coronavirus, and the U.S. consumer that's still not back to work yet. So, you cover all that, and I think you've got this economy and the U.S. consumer most of the way through this chasm. And then we just got to wait for a vaccine.
Right.
I think earnings season is off to an interesting start. I think Netflix's numbers were, we talked about it on yesterday's show, how the fact that 2 quarters ago it was 15 million subscribers.
Right.
New 10 million. Now they're looking between 2 and 3 comes in 2.2. We thought that the stock would have trouble with that headline number of only 2.2 million new subscribers, and so far it is. It's having no problem with it.
And then, of course, Snapchat, man, all the world must be doing is snapping right now, right?
Well, they've got the younger demographic that is bored and at home, and I guess you can only play video games for so long before you want to communicate with someone.
Sure.
And it looks like some of the millennials are choosing to do that via Snapchat.
Yeah, there's no doubt. There's no doubt. The thing that's intriguing, about the Netflix deal, too, is that this will be, so picture this, folks, they actually make money on a continual basis, but they spend so much money on content that, so cash flow-wise, they burn through it, but accounting-wise, they make money. This will be the first year that, I was looking at some of the numbers, that they're actually going to have cash, and they have cash enough for a year, and so the market has always been worrying about basically that, okay, they spend so much money on content that, they're going to burn through this. Well, I think this is another Amazon replay. Do you know what I'm saying? That, okay, they're out of that deal, but now the real question is, they have so many subscribers, is this a turning point? Do you know what I'm saying? It's like,
right.
Okay, how many
and
do you
really
have?
the question is, and Tommy, you could probably help us with this question is, when are they going to raise prices? Right? They've already done it in Canada. I mean, it seems like there's, no elasticity in the demand if they raise the prices slightly. So I would expect Netflix to raise prices slightly sometime soon, frankly.
Yeah, no, I can definitely see that. There's no
I don't
doubt.
think anybody, thinks that their products are expensive or not even close, right? You see with a lot of the streaming services, they just have a lot of room. When you talk about having 200 million subscribers, man, it doesn't take a lot of movement on a quarterly basis where you're charging those people on a monthly basis. Small increments equal big numbers.
Yeah,
Right.
There's no doubt. There's no doubt. So what are we going to be looking at today, Kevin?
Today we got, here comes some of the big ones. We've got Chipotle.
Oh,
and then,
nice.
Like Folio and us, we'll look at Tesla and then Lam Research. So 3 names coming out with earnings, all biggies, and, a little food, a little auto, and a little semiconductor, guys.
Yeah, Lam Research, man. I'm telling you, that thing, At one point, this is so funny, man. This was in the 90s. That's all I traded for about a year and a half. It's so funny, man. And I think that was at $10 now. It's $3.94 or something.
Yeah.
You got to love it, man. Pretty amazing, no doubt.
So yeah, these stocks are great to trade. They're nice. They're the markets are relatively. One thing we always look at when we look at these names is liquidity.
Yes.
And not just the volume of options, but the bid-ask.
Right.
It's a big thing in options.
It is.
We want as little slippage as possible to get in a trade and get out of a trade. We constantly are looking at things like that, especially in the options market.
Well, it's amazing. I didn't do these yesterday either, but I was looking at the bid-ask on the Qs, and it was amazing. So the bid-ask on the Qs for an at-the-money call or put was 3 pennies for a $287 stock. That is freaking cool. It's unbelievable, man.
Right, exactly. Some of the indices and some of the ETFs are still very tight and very illiquid. Some of these less liquid names, you're starting to see a little bid-ask widening out.
Yeah.
Why? Guess what? Don't let anyone tell you that with free commissions that someone's not paying.
Right.
Right? There's always someone paying. Nothing is free in this world. And, the bid-ask is widening slightly.
There's no doubt. Kevin, you have a great day, a safe day. We look forward to the program 45 minutes.
Thanks for having me on, guys.
Thank you.
Thanks, Kevin.
Stay right there, folks. Tommy and I are coming right back. We have the Dow Industrials up 137, Nasdaq's up 89, S&P's up 23. We're going to get those oil numbers for you coming back, folks.
If you're not currently using the TAS Profile Scanner when looking at setting up your trading opportunities, then your arsenal is short a mighty weapon. The TAS Profile Scanner is a standalone piece of software that instantly filters over 2,500 global financial markets such as stocks, ETFs, commodity futures, and Forex. Headed by Steve Dahl, TAS understands that in today's technological world, the use of top-flight software applications and technical analysis expertise is essential to successful trading in today's market. You also gain access to the webinar that Steve Dahl and Tom O'Brien just hosted, The Best Way to Use the TAS Profile Scanner to Profit. This webinar archive is available for all subscribers immediately upon signing up. All new subscriptions also come with a 30-day money-back guarantee, so you have nothing to risk. Start your subscription by visiting the front page of TFNN.com today, and you'll find the TAS Profile Scanner under the Services tab. Sign up today. Are you in the market for buying or selling real estate in the Bay Area, including the surrounding St. Petersburg, Tampa, and Clearwater markets? Tiger Real Estate LLC is a firm that has extensive experience in the Tampa Bay area. Whether you're looking to sell your current property for maximum value, or you're in the market for a second home or investment property, Tiger Realty has the experience across all areas of real estate in the Tampa Bay area to help buyers and sellers make the most informed decisions across all price levels. From the price you should be paying per square foot in certain up-and-coming areas to the type of cash flow investment properties are capable of creating, Tiger Real Estate can help you make the best decision when it comes to all areas of the market. Before you make one of the biggest decisions of your financial future, call Tiger Real Estate LLC today at 727-329-8322 or email us at tiger@tfnn.com. That's 727-329-8322. Call us today.
Many of our new listeners have heard about The Tiger's Den. The Tiger's Den is a lively community where professional traders and investors can meet, exchange ideas and information in a comfortable, moderated atmosphere. Hear all of the TFNN shows, plus see all of the charts as they happen live and have access to archives of all of those charts. You can test drive The Tiger's Den absolutely free for 30 days and greatly enrich your knowledge of these markets and how to make your money work for you. Details on The Tiger's Den are on the front page of TFNN.com.
TFNN has launched our brand new website. You can still visit us at the same TFNN.com URL, but when you do, you'll see a new and improved homepage with a much simpler navigation, whether you're watching Tiger TV live in high definition or just accessing your newsletter subscriptions. We even have new pricing in 6 months and yearly options. Check out the new TFNN.com now and experience all the upgrades. TFNN.com, educating investors.
Call now, toll free at 1-877-927-6648. Internationally at 727-873-7618.
Welcome back, folks. Dow up 115, the Nasdaq's up 83, S&Ps are up 21. And folks, as you come over to our website at TFNN, you are going to see right under featured content, Rocket Equities and Options. This is Tommy's newsletter, folks. Phenomenal newsletter. You want some long-term trades, some short-term trades, some option trades, come over here to TFNN. You hit subscribe. You can get this for 1 month for $97. You can get it for 6 months for $4.99, which is a savings of $133 or 22%. You can get it for a year for $7.85, which is a savings of $379 or 32%. 22% savings on a 6 month, 32% savings on a year. Now, the bottom line, folks, is that no matter which one you pick out, it comes with a 30-day money-back guarantee. Come over here, subscribe. You're going to be really happy. So, Tom O'Brien, you're basically hitting it out of the park here with these singles and doubles. So tell us what you did last night.
Well, we should get Kevin Hinks back on the line to talk about those singles and doubles, man. I learned a thing or two listening to him, right? Yep. As in, especially what's really cool about this option season, man, just the trading season in general, is the VIX.
Yes.
Options in general. You have a VIX at almost 30. That volatility getting priced into the equities on top of the volatility that they have coming from earnings. Now, this earnings season, along with basically the last two, right?
Yes.
The uncertainties that surround everything going on with so many companies. I mean, so many companies for the first time withdrew guidance because they were so uncertain. They couldn't even tell you what was going to happen.
Right.
So you have a ton of volatility being priced into these equities, probably rightfully so, because if you're the person that's going to be, selling people the defined risk in this market, you better be getting paid appropriately. So a lot of volatility priced into them. That makes options. Depending on your market bias, something you can do. Now, we had two nice trades yesterday. Netflix, I'll pull it up because I have it up here. We basically sold a call spread above the market. I mean, the thinking being kind of what Kevin had put out, and I missed his show yesterday, but, Netflix, still even at the price that it's at, $500, man. This chart, we were just trading at 300 at the lows. Before COVID, we were under 400. So if you had this equity on February 2nd, let alone where you started the year at about 325,
right?
Okay, if you had the equity in February after you were already up substantially, you're still up 25%. All right, and their numbers for Netflix in particular, and this is just kind of giving you a little bit of the backdrop on what you look at. They had 16 million on the original shutdown quarter. They had almost 10 million last quarter. They had 2 million. You add all those up, you're at about 28 million. You're still averaging almost 10 million net subscriber add-ons per quarter. But a lot of that priced in. I said, what are the chances of a dramatic rush higher versus a dramatic rush lower, right? What are the chances this thing trades to all-time highs when they come out with a weak quarter like that? So what we did was we looked with a little bit of a bearish guidance. Let me pull up the chart again, and you were able to sell. So we locked in $2 and about 30 cents. So $230 per contract is your max profit, and you achieve that max profit as long as it stays under 565. Now the stock was trading about 530 at that time, so you're basically giving yourself $35 to the upside, which was yesterday kind of the expected move, and anywhere negative, anywhere below 565, and of course Netflix trading lower. So your risk in that one was $770 about. If it trades higher, you're risking about $3 to make one, but the point being, you're going to make a lot more singles there. Occasionally, you are going to lose that entire investment. And we had a similar trade with Snap, just a reversal, though, in terms of, I use Snap.
Sure.
There's nothing wrong with combining some fundamentals and combining some personal experience, folks. In the height of the pandemic, when nobody could order a single product off of Amazon because they had so much business, and meanwhile, you had Amazon just plummeting to $1,600 and change, right? It's not a bad thing to tie in some personal experiences of what's happening. Snapchat, they're doing well. And I kind of anticipated that the social platforms in general are doing well. You're seeing them all trade higher today. And Snapchat, so what we did was we basically said, the odds that this thing plummets 10% in this environment, not very heavy. So we basically sold a put spread from 26 to 25, collected about $27, $25 per contract, and you're risking 75. Snapchat, man. I mean, it doesn't get this is Zoom-esque almost, as we're up 30% for Snapchat. But they had some strong numbers, man.
Well, great job.
They really did. They in terms of check out revenue, 680 million versus 555. Daily active users, 250 million almost. And check out the average revenue per user, right? $2.73. The market was only looking for $2.27. That's almost a 20% beat in terms of how much money they're getting per user when you have 249 million users. So defined risk trades out there, just kind of walking through each one. But I had those out at about 3 o'clock yesterday afternoon. The earnings at 4 o'clock. And so both of those expire on Friday. And you
gotta love it. So folks, if you're into the option market, this is the beginning of the earnings season. Come over to our website right now. Subscribe. 30 days. You like it, you keep it. If not, you get your money back.
And I just want to throw out there as well, we have equity positions, right? And in this environment, we're positioning ourselves for long-term positions, right? So I know I have subscribers in there that are in there for those long-term equity positions, and patience is key, man. We have 13 days up until a presidential election. In my lifetime, I've never seen anything like needing to buy or be positioned for a retirement portfolio right now when the market's up 6 or 7% for the year, and you have the stimulus hanging in the balance, a presidential election hanging in the balance. If you are stepping into positions, step in lightly with a partial position, man, because the volatility we could see in the next 2-3 weeks, like Kevin stated, a VIX at 28, right? That's telling you the volatility is coming, man.
Totally.
And yeah.
Let's go to Jose in Lakeland. Jose, what's going on, brother?
Top of the morning to you fellas. Gold is on the upside. We're loving gold today.
That's a beautiful thing.
Hey,
So,
I just want to reiterate about we're all sitting around waiting for this stimulus package. Nancy Pelosi is Rocky Marciano, and she's got Jersey Joe Walcott, a.k.a. Trump, against the rope, pummeling him. Why would she give in to a deal until after the election when she could go after a $3 trillion stimulus once they get the 4 seats needed for the Senate? Why?
Yeah, but what happens if they don't? That's the other side of it, man. I don't think anyone knows, where this is going to go, man. So it's like the risk. Unfortunately, the risk is for the American public. That's the thing that's a trip here, man. And I don't think, every day they come out with another, deal. Okay, next 48 hours we're going to have something.
At 3 o'clock.
Right. Yeah. So.
Okay, well, forget all that. Did you ever see what Rocky Marciano actually did to Joe Walcott?
I did.
He murdered him.
I did.
Hey, I got a question on the options. I've noticed when you've got your bid and ask on Apple or Amazon option, whatever you're playing.
Right.
If you go for the low, the bid, you always try to get, you can get the low, the middle, or the high end.
Right.
I never go for the high end. You get the low. As soon as you're executed on the low, it never fails. It tells you, if you get executed immediately, it tells you that the sell-off is coming in the next few days.
I know what you're saying, man. And it might even not be the next few days, the next few hours. I can't stand it. What he's saying, folks, is that if you get it on the bid, it's like, okay, man, there's more sellers out there. You're right.
Market's moving quick.
Yeah, you're right. Stick with that gold, Jose. It's going up. Stay right there. Tommy and I come right back.
Hi folks, Tom O'Brien here. If you'd like to get my daily newsletter, Market Insights, then now is a great time to sign up for a 30-day free trial. Every morning by 9:30, I send out my morning letter to subscribers with market commentary on a variety of markets, currencies, and commodities to keep investors up to date on the day's trading action. Included in Market Insights are specific buy and sell recommendations for stocks, ETFs, and even options, with stops and price targets included for every trade in my newsletter. If you'd like to try my newsletter risk-free for 30 days, then head over to the front page of TFNN and you'll find Market Insights under Trading Newsletters. I use my years of trading experience to bisect and dissect the market every morning and give my subscribers the most important information they need to know for the day ahead. I even issue afternoon updates for my subscribers whenever warranted with important market action. I'm always scouring the market for the next great trading opportunity. Sign up for your 30-day free trial to my daily newsletter, Market Insights, today by visiting the front page of TFNN.com. Wow! Go get them, folks.
If you're a trader in the market looking to find the path that leads to maximizing profits while decreasing risk, then now is a great time to try out Dave White's daily trading service, The Path of Least Resistance. Through the use of options and equity trades, Dave advises his subscribers on a daily basis of the current market conditions and what possible trade setups are on the horizon. The Path of Least Resistance is published every trading morning, often with updates intraday when initiating trades or closing out positions. Dave White has advised his clients of some outstanding winning options and equity trades in recent months, and now is a great time to try it out for yourself. New subscribers to the Path of Least Resistance receive a 30-day money-back guarantee. See for yourself the types of options and equity trades that are available by signing up for the Path of Least Resistance today by visiting the front page of TFNN.com and selecting the newsletter tab. Sign up today. TFNN is excited about our new software charting program, The Art of Timing the Trade Charts. In collaboration with Tom O'Brien and using his best-selling book, The Art of Timing the Trade, Your Ultimate Trading Mastery System, David White has programmed an outstanding piece of software that will complement any trader's methodology. Using this first-of-its-kind program, The Art of Timing the Trade Charts allows you to scan thousands of stocks for Fibonacci formation setups, including Gartley's, ABC's, butterflies, and much more. The Art of Timing the Trade Charts is designed to help you when scouring the markets for stocks just beginning to form the trading patterns that many investors spend days, weeks, or even months searching to find. And right now, we're offering licenses available at only $79 a month. We are so confident that you're going to love this new charting software that will even give you a 30-day unconditional money-back guarantee. Don't miss out on this incredible new piece of software. Get your copy of The Art of Timing the Trade Charts today by visiting TFNN.com.
This segment is brought to you by Think or Swim. For more information, just click the Think or Swim banner on the front page of TFNN.com.
Welcome back, folks. Dow up 107, Nasdaq up 72, S&P's up 19. Tommy and I are talking with Jose. We're talking about the bid-offer spreads inside the option market, and there's no doubt, Jose, man. When you do get them on the bid and it's too quick, it's like, okay, there's more sellers out here, man. I mean,
yeah, okay. So in that vein, shouldn't you, as a strategic play, think about cutting loose at the, in the middle somewhere? It just, cover your commission, whatnot. If you're getting executed that quick, I'm suspicious as hell. I'm thinking cut loose and wait for a few days.
If you have that discipline, I think that's freaking awesome. I fight with that on a continual basis, man. When what ends up happening, I'm talking about day trades now because that's how I normally do them. So if I get that, Jose, I go, oh my God, I don't freaking believe this, man. Do you know what I mean? And then, the next 10 minutes are the hottest because I'm saying exactly what you just said. It's like, okay, man, are there too many sellers here, right? Or can I just tick up a little and then get out with my skin on and go from there? And, that's a psychological deal. But it's the right thing to do.
I don't have the luxury of, trading platforms, third level, fourth level. I've got a Cricket cell phone, flip phone from 1970. Abraham Lincoln used this phone.
Well, that's a beautiful thing, man. It must be perfect, man.
Hey, I've got a point about Mr. Joe Biden. They say Biden is hiding. He's not coming out. I think that's a very good thing. Don't come out and tell the world you have COVID-19 until this election is over. Keep hiding. And I see a scenario where Biden wins. Unfortunately, he gets COVID and has to step down. And Kamala Harris is going to be your new president.
Well, that's it for the comedy hour this morning. We love you, man.
We got quite a hot take there, Jose.
Have a great one, man. Stick with that gold. Barrack's going up. Cooking, brother. Ooh-ah! Okay, Tommy, oil. Let's go over the oil. Let's see.
What do we got? We got inventories at 10:30, right?
Yep.
Where's our crude market sitting? The contract holding relatively well, right at $41, man. But what are we looking at on those numbers?
Whoops, not that one. That did give us enough. Maybe this one. Here we go. Okay, so refinery utilization fell 2.2%. Inventories rose 975,000. Look at that.
That's Cushing. If you could keep scrolling down a little bit, you're going to get. There you go. I think they fell by 1 million barrels. The EIA said.
I see. Okay. Yep. Crude inventories fell by 1 million. They were looking for I think the average. I had pulled it up. The average was like 687,000, and then there was plenty of them that's saying 1.1. Okay.
Okay. So yeah, and the market just holding right at $41 was where it's been since about 5 in the morning this morning, and 41, man, it's pretty crazy where this thing sits. I mean, you're just right at this level, dating all the way back. I got it on the chart from March 6th. That drop-off that we had overnight when the market really went into hysteria, and it's just been sitting at this level since June 8th. 4.5 months we've been sitting at $41, give or take, as that thing oscillates right around that price.
And check this out, folks. Okay, natural gas. This is, I don't remember the last time we hit $3. We hit $3.05 this morning. So natural gas in 3 weeks has gone from $2.37 to $3. And inside, so check this out. This is pretty wild. I was reading this story last night. Let's see, where is this? The two biggest, Pioneer and, is it Pioneer? Yeah, it's Pioneer and another company. They're the two biggest shale producers, and they're going to merge. And check this out. What's wild about it is that the father is the CEO of one, and the son's the CEO of another.
Not bad, keeping it in the family.
Keep it in here. Now they're going to be the largest shale producer out there. So pretty wild.
Pretty cool.
Market-wise out here, let's see what's going on, man. The bottom line is this market has had, thanks to you, it's Pioneer and Paisley. Yeah. Okay. So, this market had a shot, man, to basically get up and get going, but just hasn't been able to do it yet. We got the futures, they got up to 11,779. We're only up 71 right now. What did happen yesterday, folks, is that you had the S&P, the NDX 100, all set up, another potential ABC structure on the way down, So, and then good old King Dollar. This is quite a move in King Dollar, as is this bond. Look at this move, man. 561 on King Dollar, just ripping apart the swing point of 93. So now game is at 91,746. And The interest rate structure is a whole different deal, Tom. This is like...
Yeah, it really is, man. I mean, above 0.8% now, the 10-year yield.
Yeah.
And yeah, as you talk about, you get that type of a stimulus. I'm not sure it's likely before the election. I'm not sure it can get through the Senate. Then what happens on election night, man? There's just so much up in the air 13 days from right now. And what do we got? Do we got a debate tomorrow night?
The debate tomorrow night. So the rhetoric coming out right now, let's see. White House Chief of Staff Meadows said the goal in talks with Speaker Pelosi is a deal on the coronavirus relief package within the next 48 hours. The last 24 hours have moved the ball down the field, Meadows told Fox Business this morning. It's today, Wednesday, this morning. Mnuchin and Pelosi are scheduled to speak again Wednesday afternoon. I believe Mnuchin's on his way back to the U.S. right now, too, so he's going to be back in.
Okay.
It's pretty quick, pretty amazing how quick it can go from D.C. to Israel all the way back, man. Pretty intense.
Why not, right?
Yeah.
I mean, some of the stories slipping out this morning, and it was from Meadows saying something about, one of the issues that remains is one of the core ones in terms of state aid. Some of the issues they have left seem like some of the issues that have been persisting, the largest issues at all in terms of how much money goes to the states to handle. It's like, the cost that goes to the states. It's like you go to the schools, right? You go to police, fire, schools, just general administrative in terms of how you spend that money for testing, tracing, et cetera. Seem like some of the obstacles they have to deal with. And this morning, Meadows was talking about that some of those obstacles still exist.
Oh, they're still there. The bottom line is that I heard the interview with it was David, I forget his last name, I should know that, with Pelosi yesterday. And you could get a lot out of that interview because what he got out of her is at the beginning, it seemed like, okay, they weren't too far apart. By the end of that conversation, man, they're still quite way apart. And with some of the big issues that you just talked about, Tom, that the aspect that, states, and then the rhetoric, of course, is that the states never paid their, full share of the pensions, which is real. Do you know what I mean? So there's a couple of these states that there's no doubt that's real. Someone's going to pay up for it, folks. And so the battle is that, who's going to pay for it? And, when are they going to pay for it? And in politics in general, I can tell you, it just depends on who's the most powerful. Because if I learned anything at all in politics, it was when Tip O'Neill, folks, we're from Boston, of course, and when Tip O'Neill got through for the big dig in Boston, I mean, the whole United States paid for Boston to be beautiful. Because what ended up happening, they took all the roads that were above Boston and put them below the road, below the street. And then put parks where the road was.
And it only cost a couple billion federal dollars that ballooned to God knows how many, overruns. Hey, why not?
Yeah. Stay right there, folks. Tommy and I come right back.
Many of our new listeners have heard about the Tiger's Den. The Tiger's Den is a lively community where professional traders and investors can meet, exchange ideas and information in a comfortable, moderated atmosphere. Hear all of the TFNN shows, plus see all of the charts as they happen live and have access to archives of all of those charts. You can test drive the Tiger's Den absolutely free for 30 days and greatly enrich your knowledge of these markets and how to make your money work for you. Details on the Tiger's Den are on the front page of TFNN.com.
TFNN has launched our brand new website. You can still visit us at the same TFNN.com URL, but when you do, you'll see a new and improved homepage with a much simpler navigation, whether you're watching Tiger TV live in high definition or just accessing your newsletter subscriptions. We even have new pricing in 6 months and yearly options. Check out the new TFNN.com now and experience all the upgrades. TFNN.com, educating investors.
If you haven't checked out the newsletters page of TFNN.com, what are you waiting for? All of the TFNN newsletters are informative, up-to-date, affordable, and a must-have for every trader looking to gain a competitive informational edge in today's markets. TFNN newsletters cover every aspect of the markets to offer you the very latest in market news. Plus, new subscribers get to test drive our newsletters risk-free for 30 days. From all aspects of the markets, including stocks, bonds, metals, commodities, and tech, there's a newsletter to fit your needs exclusively from TFNN. Stay informed each day you trade and get that competitive edge that will help you stay ahead of the game. Visit our newsletters page by going to TFNN.com and click the newsletters button near the top of the page. TFNN.com, educating investors.
Biotech is booming, but for how long? Whether you think the biotech bull has room to run or has run its course, trade LABU or LABD. Direction's daily S&P Biotech 3 times bull and bear ETFs. Visit directioninvestments.com/biotech today. An investor should consider the investment objectives, risks, charges, and expenses of the Direction shares carefully before investing. The prospectus and summary prospectus contain this and other information about Direction shares. To obtain a prospectus or summary prospectus, please contact Direction shares at 866-476-7523. The prospectus or summary prospectus should be read carefully before investing. An investment in the funds is subject to risk, including the possible loss of principal. The funds are designed to be utilized only by sophisticated investors such as traders and active investors. Distributor Foreside Fund Services, LLC.
Don't forget, you can listen to TFNN live on your mobile device 24 hours per day. Go to TFNN.com, then hit Watch Tiger TV. That's TFNN.com, then hit Watch Tiger TV for the latest market information.
Welcome back, folks. Tom and Tommy O'Brien, we do appreciate you growling and prowling with us out here. We have the Dow up 99, Nasdaq up 58, S&P's up 17.5. Let's go over to our man, Mr. Teddy Cakestad, as we do each and every Wednesday at 40 past the hour. Don't forget, folks, you can reach Teddy every trading day at forex-trading-unlock.com. That's forex-trading-unlock.com. Teddy Cakestad, what's going on?
Morning, guys. We have a great day to talk about the currencies, and I think the election trade is what's causing the U.S. dollar to be under pressure like it is as of late. And it's almost like the perfect storm that right now I have to say that the U.S. dollar is pricing in a Biden win for the election, and you can pretty much see it by multiple sectors. For one, look at this resurgence in gold over the past week. Now, they haven't broken out to the upside, but the firming up of gold right now going into this election, that's a Biden thing. If Trump wins, that's bad for gold. If Biden wins, that's good for gold. You know, so I see the gold markets and even the interest rate markets with what's going on. I heard you guys earlier talking about the little breakout in the bonds to the downside. Interestingly enough, though, the short terms are still locked bid. So that means the spread between the short terms and the long terms is getting stretched in a big way. That's also not good for the dollar, you know.
How about that move in the yen last night, man?
Oh, with the U.S. dollar getting just pounded by the yen?
Yeah,
that was an explosion. Irony of it is of all the major currencies against the dollar, they're rallying against the dollar, but it's the pound that broke out huge to the upside today, and also the yen last night going into today. So, and that was the one that really surprised me, was because the yen really did explode. I saw that this morning when I woke up, and
Seriously?
I was like, oh my gosh, I was
know.
like getting hammered. You know, so, and that's the way the yen has been lately. So I'd be very careful. Like the yen can now probably go for the next like 2 or 3 days in a very volatile way because it's had such a violent move today.
Yes.
But remember, then the yen freezes up and it goes sideways for like a week or two where it keeps a really tight range. So I don't know if it's a really swing trade setup going on. What I think it is, though, is it's showing that, because right now, you know, usually right now when other currencies are rallying against the dollar, the yen is falling against the dollar and vice versa. Today is a move showing that the dollar is just getting hit by all the currencies.
Right.
And I really think that this is about where the market as a whole globally, they're pricing in, they're looking at Biden as the next president and the person who they're dealing with in 4 months.
Why?
You know?
Hey, Teddy, let me ask that. Why do you think in a gold market that if Trump got elected that it would be bad for gold?
Okay, because if Trump gets reelected, here's what happens. The whole tax structure that's now in place, that gets solidified no matter what next year.
Yeah.
If Biden gets reelected, if he gets elected, that doesn't happen. That means the whole tax basis that's going on right now that you're using that just finally kicked in this year and people are seeing the benefits are from, they will have next year, and then that's it. They lose it. Then they go back to a higher tax. Everyone gets taxed higher federally.
What about all the stimulus money, though? It seems to me all the stimulus money, I mean, there's still going to be stimulus money. And
well, that's the other problem, and I think that's where you're seeing with the debt market, and that's where it's getting stretched. I mean, the Fed is at basically zero. The Treasury bonds are starting to whack new lows, but it's only in the 30-year and the 10-year. The 2-year notes, and then when you go down into the euros, they're not doing anything at all. In fact, they're actually staying kind of positive, and that's what scares me, because that's why I think this election trade is going on. And you can see it also, like if you look at ExxonMobil, Northrop Grumman, who stands to suffer if Biden wins? They've been factoring this in already for months. It's not a coronavirus trade. Those companies are getting hammered, and they should be doing well, especially Northrop Grumman, because of all the military contracts they've gotten over the past couple of years. So that means that the market as a broad base, from the equities to the interest rates to even the metals right now, they're expecting in 2 weeks that there's going to be a Biden win. Obviously, we know that if that's a win, there's going to be a contest. It's going to be a complete circus. There's no doubt about that. So, and I think that right now you have to really look at certain stocks like that. I think one of the biggest drags in the S&Ps is that if you look at defense stocks, if you look at material stocks, if you look at energy stocks, they're going to get crushed, because the whole Green New Deal is going to be definitely going against oil and all kinds of other things like that. Not to mention if we have another shutdown, and especially if it's under Biden, they're whacked. All those stocks are going to get crushed.
Did you see this copper breakout today? This copper's running.
I didn't see how high it got today yet.
Well, we got to 321. This thing looks to me like it's going to 408, which is like insane.
Mm-hmm.
But the bottom line is that's quite a move, man. So.
Right. So, and I think that's going to continue. I don't think that this is just a spike for today, because there's no reason for the dollar now to be getting hit like it is, especially because we were talking about Brexit the past couple of weeks and how we still have trade deals that have to get negotiated and stuff like that. And these are factors that should be weighing on these currencies. Especially the pound. Like the fact that the pound is getting the strength that it has right now is mind-boggling to me. Let's
talk about that for a second. So what that's saying is that I know they've been struggling over there. They said this morning again, but like they're coming back to the table again. So it's almost like no matter what kind of deal they get done, they just want a deal and get it over with, right? Is that what the pound's saying, man?
Absolutely.
Yeah,
that is absolutely what's saying. I think that's the only way it's going to happen, is it's going to come down to that, where they're like, the sand's running out of the hourglass. No matter what, we got to sign something. So here we go.
Right.
And then they'll adjust as they move forward. And we have to deal with that too.
Who would ever think that, Tommy, you and I would be talking about this? We've been talking about this for 3 years now, man.
Yes.
Crazy.
Just think, in January we might be able to. We can have a toast.
I'm telling you, man.
All over.
It really is hard to comprehend, folks. And we haven't talked about it that much, but today's a big one, as Teddy said. That's a big number in the pound, man. There's no doubt,
and
man.
it's even before 3 years, because that happened prior to the election of Donald Trump, which is now we know 4 years ago.
Really? Oh my God, that's crazy.
It is.
Yes.
It
has been
Brexit,
going on that long, right?
4.5 years. For 5 years they've been talking about it. Amazing.
Wow.
Sure. But now I do believe, like right now, the market is pricing in a Biden win for the U.S. dollar. So until the election, if Trump wins, I think you will see, I'm not going to be bullish to the dollar, but I think you'll definitely see a big resurgence in the dollar if that does happen. But that's 2 weeks away, or a week and a half away.
We're all going to learn something, man. It's so cool being in the marketplace. Yeah. When you have these big events like this, right? Because it's like every day I'm trying to say, okay, just stick to what I do, but it's really hard to, too. Do you know what I mean? It's like, okay, man.
Well, you hit the nail on the head right there. I was talking to somebody the other day. I'm like, an election is one of the biggest events you can have anyhow, in this country. And this one, like the companies that I was just mentioning, those things, like, for instance, if Trump wins, ExxonMobil, Northrop Grumman, they're going to all of a sudden get a bounce because they know they're secure for the next few years.
Right. Right.
So, and that's also a big thing for the S&P 500 then. That's going to give a lift to the remember remember ExxonMobil used to be something that would make the S&Ps move.
Yeah.
So, and if it gets a big rally, can you imagine just a 30% rally in those two stocks, what that would do to the S&Ps?
No, there's no doubt. They've been going down for a long time, though, man. That's one of those.
Absolutely.
Yeah. Unbelievable.
So,
well, listen,
good talking
man,
to you guys.
it is always a pleasure. We appreciate the education. Ride 'em, cowboy. We're gonna these markets, man, are moving, and we look forward to speaking to you next Wednesday, Teddy.
You too. Take care.
Thanks, Teddy.
Stay right there, folks. Tommy and I come right back. We have the Dow up 46, Nasdaq up 41, S&P's up 12. We'll come right back.
Back in the day, I joined Hotel California in 2006, and like many of you, was drawn in by, as well as...
Whatever you think about, you bring about. Whatever you focus on grows.
You see, I believe that everything in life happens for us, not to us. And Tom ignited the fire within me to want to learn how to master the markets. So how did I go from knowing nothing about technical analysis to becoming the #1 market timer for the S&P 500 in 2018 and the #2 market timer in 2019? Simply put, I hired coaches with a proven track record, which led me to a whole new set of tools that I created to interpret the message of buyers and sellers. I would love the opportunity to teach you this award-winning set of tools and help you improve your market timing. You can test drive my newsletter service, Mastering Probabilities, for the next 30 days with no risk to you. Plus, you'll gain access to archive workshops that'll take you step-by-step through my system. Sign up today by going to the homepage of TFNN.com and selecting Mastering Probability in the newsletter tab. Wow!
The gold market has taken off topside in a large way in 2020. If you want to take advantage of this sector, now is the time to subscribe to my gold report. The gold report took profits in 4 of its equities in the gold portfolio in the first week of January for a combined profit of 99.2%, with 2 positions left in the portfolio that have a profit of 67.5% as of January 7th. The gold report is a comprehensive look at the metals sector as well as the markets that move gold, which is the currency and bond markets. New subscribers get a 30-day money-back guarantee, so you have nothing to lose. Every Monday morning, I post the gold report with coverage of gold, silver, bonds, the XAU, HUI, GDX, as well as more than 30 different mining equities. To see for yourself the types of profitable trades that are recommended within the gold report, sign up now by visiting TFNN.com. Don't miss out on the next great gold trade. Sign up today.
With markets trading with extreme volatility and peaks and troughs everywhere, regardless of what you're looking at in the markets, this is a great time to see the type of analysis Basil Chapman delivers for his subscribers every market day with the Opening Call newsletter. Basil has been analyzing markets, providing his take for subscribers to his trading services since 1984. Every morning, Basil publishes an update for his subscribers, along with weekend and evening updates when warranted. The Opening Call provides traders a daily market overview with regard to the direction of the key indices, selective stocks, and commodities, along with specific recommendations, including stops and targets. You also gain instant access to Basil's subscriber webinar archive from earlier this year, a dark cloud cover, and essential market analysis. Ride the Chapman wave today by signing up for the Opening Call newsletter on the front page of TFNN.com under the newsletter tab. New subscribers get a 30-day money-back guarantee, so you have nothing to risk. Sign up today.
This segment is brought to you by Think or Swim. For more information, just click the Think or Swim banner on the front page of TFNN.com.
Welcome back, folks. Dow right now up 35, Nasdaq up 35, S&P's up 11. And don't forget, folks, come over to our website at TFNN. It's the most wonderful time of the year. You can subscribe to Tommy's newsletter, Rocket Equities and Options. You just hit that subscribe button. You'll be happy that you did. So, Tom, this market's having a tough time holding price here.
Yeah. I mean, we're right in kind of the middle of this range, right, in terms of we had quite the sell-off Monday. You did spike on Tuesday up to about 34.65. Overnight, we made it to a high of about 34.55. That's right where we made it at 10 a.m. this morning.
Yeah.
And now we've sold off a little bit. I mean, if it makes it, I mean, this is a range. You can see it on the chart, man. The lower end, 34.20 basically, give or take. We're about 20 points away from where that's been bouncing off of those lows.
Yeah, there's no doubt. And if we go inside the MDX quick and see what's moving this, Facebook was the big mover this morning. Still is. Facebook is up almost 5%. $13.
And that's having to do with just so much user activation in terms of Snapchat. Snapchat is now up 32.7%. It's not stopping, man. Snapchat is just continuing to trade higher. So all of those stocks, Facebook, Twitter, Pinterest, all trading higher on Snapchat numbers.
Now, yeah, because Facebook doesn't own Snapchat, right? No.
No. Just the fact
I see. I got it. Yeah.
That's it. Facebook, Pinterest, Twitter, all of them on some pretty big numbers for Snapchat in terms of the amount of money they're making per user, the amount of users they have, all of that stuff. Good news for people just being on social media, man. Being on there.
Takes over. Yeah.
You got it. You got it.
And we haven't talked about, not that I'd be trading that ever, Bitcoin. Bitcoin's at 12,725, man.
Yep.
Pretty wild.
It is. That thing is just skyrocketing higher. It was at 11,200 last Friday. We're at almost 13,000. Yeah.
There we go. Stay right there, folks. We got Think or Swim coming up next. Great option show. Then I'm Mr. Basil Chapman, Steve Rhodes, Dave. Wait, I'll be back this afternoon. Thanks, pal.
Thanks, man.
Man, look at him, folks.